Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go. On the stop. A gain of 13 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And an alley to run. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Choose the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Bandit.
Throwing is Mariota. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40.
A gain of 14.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And they'll try the jet sweep here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. On 1st down, Mixon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Hey. 4 down. Check. Fresno. Where are they, team? He's going to use you. One.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
66. Fully high. Motion. Hey, watch that.
54. He can run for it, and he will. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Complete to Bryant. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Des Bryant, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And an alley to run. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now Joe Mixon. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man. You just
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, we got 4. Got 4 down. 4 down. Check 52's the money. Check 52's the money. You're not ready. You're not ready. Switch it.
Mariota now after the fumble recovered. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down now, it's Peterson. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. 50.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. From the gun, Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
This is Mixon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 35-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On third down, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Well, remember, last year, Week 5, Gano was good from 63 away to beat the Giants on the final play. This not as critical of a kick or as long, but also not as successful.
You're exactly right about that. I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that game, you know, and me and my crew, we got to see him. And when they lined up, we thought, that's a long way. We know he's got a big leg, and then he hammered it. Probably would have been good up to about 70 yards. And after the game, the head coach, Ron Rivera, told the media that his special teams coach had told him, hey, he's good up to 65, coach. And each game, that's what the special teams coach does. Evaluates the distance, lets the head coach know.
Yeah, no doubt he's got the leg, but this time couldn't put it through. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Hey, 79! 79!
Here's Rivers. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check 9, check Hey, Delta!
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and then get on top of you in a heartbeat.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mixon with it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they run with Mixon. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Mixon, and he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Gano's kick is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
180, 180.
56. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Bang, 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 bang.
What?
They run again with Peterson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Round 80.
56 is the mic. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Rivers from the gun on third down. Bryant has it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down.
Now 180. Select 15. Hey, easy, easy.
Jim, 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 Jim.
A first down throw here for Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10.
Joker, 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 Joker. Watch twist.
They run on first down with Jackson. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Shit. Load it. Load it.
On second down, Peterson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up first and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll run for it with Peterson. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. From the gun, Rivers. It's caught by Bryant. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Load it.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Hawkins' kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Well, following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
First down, Seattle.
Six man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Watch the safety creep.
They'll run on first down. Nixon. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Where are they, team? One.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll run with Peterson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
I got one. Check 26, check 26. Kill. Turn.
They try again with Peterson. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Adrian Peterson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
No. Tighten up. Check. Nice 7, let's go. Check out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Well, this is caught by Williams. He finds an opening past the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mariota. That's going to be caught by Richardson. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I'm going to come back to you. Down top. You got tight. right there. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dontrell Inman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Again, Peterson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The end result, 21 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Rivers on the money, complete. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A gain of 3, second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have a
That's
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so he might as well have not even had the penalty.
On first down, Jackson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
180. Left.
Hey, alert 3.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Hey, box truck.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Hey, easy.
Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Took their shot at going for the win, didn't get it. Now bring on the field goal unit, tie this thing.
It's the right call. I truly believe that. But if I'm on defense, I'm also staying a little loose here in case they want to be really aggressive and fake it.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mariota to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Mariota. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Ryan Quigley now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. 30. There are no flags. He's into the end zone.
Touchdown.
And an amazing return. Wins it in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.